Now, rains come sometimes with lightning and thunder, and that's what happened today in Adabraka in Accra, where the lightning and the thunder that accompanied the rain in the early hours of today led to a temporary shutting down of 97.3 Citi FM. It was the time of the City Breakfast Show. Bernard Avle was in the chair. He was hosting Deputy Finance Minister Abna Osiasari when a lot of things went down. I called him up a short while ago to ask him what happened this morning. Listen.
This morning was quite serious. So we're interviewing Deputy Minister of Finance, Honorable Abuna Sari, on the IMF program. So we started the interview around 8:15ish, or probably 10 minutes past 8. Now, in the course of the interview, we heard a sound which was like maybe a bulb had gone off in the studio, but the light was still in the studio. So we thought maybe some device had blown, as we say in English. So we were startled, but we continued the interview because there was no fire alarm or anything. So that happened twice. Then around 8:20 something, Godfred, our colleague, rushed in and ordered everybody out in a state of panic. So we abruptly left the interview because apparently the fire alarm had gone off in the lobby, and we had to rush out to a fire, basically outside the building, to assemble outside, a fire assembly point. Only to be told that in the course of the interview, lightning and thunder, we don't know which of the two, but apparently it was the lightning, had struck. And we have two, so there was a device on the meter that was burning. So there was smoke in part of the building. So we then were later told, when the officials came to explain what happened, was that so the lightning had struck, there was a power surge, but we had something called a surge arrestor installed on the meter. So the surge arrestor was what caught fire, which I'm told is its duty. So that the device that caught fire was actually what saved us, because that device then takes the power surge from the lightning and then sends it down into the earth, which is what they call the earthing. So we had to issue a statement. But all of this I'm telling you based on my understanding, but I had no way of knowing what happened. So we were rushed out of the studio, and then the station had to be put off for precautionary reasons, because the power surge can destroy the equipment of the media house. So we were off for a little bit over an hour until we were told that it was safe to go back on air. So that's what happened, Sandra.
I see you had a guest who is an external person at the time. I'm sure she would have panicked. I don't know yourself. Did you panic?
All of us were startled because you are doing an interview live, and then what was good was that it was my colleague who came in to ask us out, right? So Godfrey said, "Hey, everybody out." And I know Godfrey. So if Godfrey says come out in the tone that he said, it means you knew there was something that was going to endanger us. But I need to say that within 5 minutes of coming out of the studio, fire service were already at the premises.
Wow.
Closely followed by the ambulance. So by the time we came out of the front door, stood there for like a couple of minutes, the fire service were there. I don't know who called them. I believe it's probably Richard Mensah. And then the ambulance was following. About 7 or 8 minutes later, the police also came, all within the first 10 minutes of our coming out. So it was quite dramatic. But happily, nobody was hurt. No equipment was damaged. But it was very alarming. And indeed, a lot of listeners started calling, asking what went on, because the Godfred's exclamation went on air. Mm-hmm. And I actually asked what happened, because I had no clue what was going on. So it was very serious. And I'm told that some people who were outside said they heard some vibrations in the ground. So I'm not sure if it was the thunder, whether it was, I don't know what it was, but the torrential nature of the rain and the thunderstorm accompaniment was quite serious. I need to tell you, it was
quite
serious.
For those who were listening, they only heard Godfrey's shout. People were not even sure whether someone may have entered the studio, whether it was later that the station issued a statement to explain that it was thunder that led to what happened. But the assurance is that staff are safe, workers, everybody is safe.
Oh, yes. We are grateful to God first, because this could have been much, much worse. In fact, in the history of our station in the past, I know that lightning strikes have bent down whole stations. right? I know the power surge can destroy all your equipment. So we are grateful to God that the worst did not happen. No human being was harmed, and then the equipment are also safe. And of course, we thank the team that was on hand. The fire service, absolutely professional. They came in, made sure everything was okay before they even advised that when the rain is over and everything is done, we can turn everything on. Ambulance service following, the police. I don't even know who called the police. So I mean, Sandra, I need to just say we are grateful to God and we are happy that things are back to normal. I also need to say that by 9:45 we had come back on air to explain to those who were listening that this also happened. But I'm sure a lot more people will hear now that I am on your program.
As General Manager of Citi FM and Citi TV, host of the City Breakfast Show, Bernard Avle, explaining what happened this morning that led to Citi FM going off air temporarily.